Barbara Eden, a name that brings memories of classic television, charm, and unforgettable smiles. She became a household name decades ago, capturing hearts with her role as Jeannie in the hit show I Dream of Jeannie. But beyond the television screen, Barbara has been photographed in ways that reveal a very different, bold side of her life. Some of these pictures, especially the ones in minimal clothing, have sparked conversations and curiosity among fans for years. Today, we are going to look at some of these photos, the stories behind them, and why Barbara Eden remains an icon even after all these years. Before we get into the photos themselves, it is important to remember who Barbara is. She is not just a pretty face. Barbara Eden is a talented actress, singer, and performer who worked hard to become a star in Hollywood. She has had a career that spans over 6 decades. From television to movies and live performances, Barbara has shown that she can do it all. But like many stars, she has also posed for photographs that show a different side of her, confident, daring, and unapologetically herself. These images, some in revealing outfits, show Barbara in a way many people might not expect, especially if they only know her as Jeannie. Many of Barbara's fans were surprised when they first saw these photos. Why? Because the image they had of her as Jeannie, cute, playful, and magical, seems so different from the woman in these pictures. Yet, these photos are a reminder that Barbara Eden, like anyone else, has many sides to her personality. She is fun, confident, and not afraid to express herself. One thing to notice in these pictures is her confidence. Even with little clothing, she looks relaxed and in control. This was not just about fashion or trends of the time. It was about self-expression. Barbara used these photos to show that women could be glamorous and strong at the same time. Some of these pictures were taken during the 1960s and 1970s, a time when Hollywood was experimenting with style, fashion, and photography. Studios often encouraged stars to take more revealing or bold photos to make them stand out in the crowded entertainment world. For Barbara, it was not just about following orders. She embraced the art and style of the time. Fans today often search for these images online, curious about how stars lived and worked in that era. Barbara's photos are a great example of how actresses could be playful, daring, and still maintain their personal image as classy performers. It is easy to look at these photos and only see the surface, the clothing, the pose, the glamour. But there is more to it than that. Barbara Eden represents freedom in a way that was rare at the time. She showed that women could take control of their image, their career, and how they presented themselves to the world. In many ways, these photos were her statement. I can be bold, I can be beautiful, and I can be myself. Another interesting thing about these images is how they capture the style of the period. From hairstyles to makeup, Barbara's photos are like a time machine. They show how fashion and beauty standards have changed over the years, while also highlighting her timeless appeal. Even today, decades later, she looks incredible in these pictures. Barbara Eden's photos have not only caught the eye of her fans, but have also influenced fashion and photography. Many young women at the time looked up to her, learning how to present themselves confidently and with style. Even though some images might seem daring by past standards, they were celebrated and admired by many. It is also important to remember that Barbara handled all this attention gracefully. While some stars struggled with the pressure of fame and scrutiny over their photos, Barbara continued to work, act, and live her life on her own terms. That balance of professionalism and personal expression is one reason she remains a beloved figure today. In the end, these photos are just one part of Barbara Eden's incredible life story. They remind us that she is more than just the role of Jeannie. She is a woman who has lived boldly, expressed herself fully, and inspired many along the way. Whether in glamorous photo shoots or in her acting roles, Barbara's charm, confidence, and presence are impossible to ignore. So next time you see a photo of Barbara Eden in a daring outfit, remember this. It is not just about the image itself. It is about courage, creativity, and the freedom to be yourself. Barbara's photos continue to fascinate people because they show a real human being behind the legend, a woman unafraid to shine in her own way. Barbara Eden's story is proof that beauty, talent, and confidence go hand in hand. And whether you know her from television, movies, or her bold photo shoots, one thing is certain. She will always be unforgettable.